the beginning of a course, I always like to go through some important points from the syllabus. So I wanted to kind of look at some basic policies and procedures for English L204 for the summer. You can get more detailed information by reading the syllabus. First, regarding the course layout, it's very helpful to view the short presentations that are a part of the course that are listed under the modules, or also available under pages on the Canvas site. So please watch those. They introduce the works that you're reading and kind of give some possible points that you might think about in your discussion postings or in your writing itself. I also included some other resources, sometimes author interviews or pieces that have been written on authors as well within on pages or under the module for the week or unit that we're in. So you can utilize those if you want. Sometimes they're very helpful, I think, in as you sit down to write and to think about the works that we're looking at here. We're going to work with two basic forms in this course. In fiction, the short story, and we'll think about its basic elements and form. Particularly within short stories we'll look at the elements of setting, point of view, character, and theme. The short fictions that we'll examine in this course are by Angela Carter, her great collection of rewritten fairy tales called The Bloody Chamber, and then we'll also be looking at writers from the late 20th century from the Vintage Anthology of Contemporary American Short Stories, and kind of rethinking how myth and legend and fairy tale kind of get reworked in American and in British writing as well in the later 20th century. We'll also look at the novel as a form of fiction, extended prose fiction. We'll think about aspects of plotting as we look at the novel as well. And we'll be looking at two novels in the course, Salvage the Bones by Jesmond Ward, as well as Richard Powers' novel Galatea 2.2. You might know these writers from more recent books. Ward and Powers are both prolific writers and are both of the moment. So I think looking at their work will be highly beneficial for you as a reader. Regarding the readings and writings in the course itself, the course readings are listed on the syllabus. So if you can get ahead, that's great. Keep up as best you can. You might want to read the prompt before you sit down to read, whether it's a discussion prompt or a writing prompt. I'll publish those, with each unit, so you can kind of get a sense of what you're reading for as you go through each story or within the novels. As we work, you might want to look at the other resources that are available, particularly any models that I post on pages or under the modules to kind of see where you're going as a reader. And also read other course participants' postings. I'll ask you not only to respond to those, but you can use those as a basis to kind of start to think about your own writing as the assignments build. Within the writing prompts and the revision process here, I like to think about this as kind of a course in which your writing builds. The beginning points are the discussion postings, where you respond to a work, plus you'll add a response to others' postings. Note that no late discussion posts are accepted within the course, so once the assignment closes, it's closed for good. So don't lose points that way. I give you also, I'm hoping that you'll utilize your discussion postings as well as the discussions of others as you start to build your short critical papers. So you can kind of work from your posting into the short papers, and then for the final paper, you'll take one of your short critical papers and develop it into a more developed essay, as noted on the syllabus. So think about this as a process of revision. I'm not going to ask you to invent something entirely new all the time within your writing. As far as grading goes within the assignments, discussion posts are worth between 0 and 5 points. Your original post is 0 to 4 points, plus you get 1 point in responding critically to another's post. The short papers are worth 0 to 20 points, and the final revised essay is worth 0 to 40 points, as noted on the syllabus. In terms of the criteria for the grading, I like to think about how you've engaged the assigned stories. In particular, the more specific passages you can quote or paraphrase within your writing, the better. What kind of critical insights do you develop within the story's development and context, particularly within those basic elements that we'll look at in the development of fiction, things like setting and plot and point of view, character building, and theme. How you respond to the prompt that's specifically on the page is another one of the criteria here, as well as the technical aspects of your own writing, its clarity and focus, its depth of argument, and of course, clarity includes grammar and organization of the writing as well. I want to remind you also to review the syllabus in terms of basic information, my office hours. I'm on campus at least one day a week. If you want to stop by during office hours, that would be great. You can also contact me via email. I also accept those messages through the Canvas messaging systems, and I try to respond within 24 hours to your email or your Canvas messages. And when we start writing, note the margin comments that I make on drafts. I'll post, a reminder of how to get those margin comments as well. So, those are where the my responses are in the margin comments. So you want to look at those as you revise your work and as you kind of develop as a writer within the course. Also, I'll respond to the discussion posts as well, so you can see my responses there to your work as we go. Also note the course policies as written out on the syllabus. Be sure to submit your work on time through Canvas. With the writing assignments, if you're if you're taking other summer courses, and I know you have work and other responsibilities outside of class, so if you need to submit something late, you just got to let me know. If you need to submit one of the writings like that, I don't have a problem with that. Just turn it in as soon as possible, and you need to turn it in before the course ends. I do not accept, though, late discussion posts, so please respond to the discussion posts as we go through the course. Review the plagiarism policy as delineated on the course syllabus. Plagiarized work is given a grade of 0, so please, I want to read your responses to these works. I don't want to read something that's found on the internet or that you borrowed from someone else. So please review the plagiarism policy carefully on the syllabus. And one other reminder, I'm not sure how many online courses you've taken before, but there are differences with the online course that it's easy to get behind in an online course. So try to stay up, try to keep up and stay with the syllabus schedule. And I hope you'll enjoy the course, and I'm looking forward to working with you in this summer session. Thanks.